Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today we have a map review with a difference. Obviously, you know the creator of today's map. Yes, it's my very own work, which means when we get to the ratings at the end of the show, I will not be rating this map. It's not fair for me to rate my own work. This is where you guys come in. Not only would I like you to click the link at the end of the show to take you to the voting page for the Viewer's Choice Top 10, but into the comments give your ratings between 1 and 5 for aesthetics, for detail and for gameplay potential. You can write a full tome or just those numbers. I don't mind. Just be honest. I can take it. Honestly, I can take it. Honesty is good. Also, I'm going to be honest with you, the map isn't actually up on the workshop yet. You guys are wanting the Viewer's Choice Top 10 on Sunday, and I'm prioritising getting that out. The map is 98% done. It'll be released on Tuesday the 8th in the afternoon or early evening, so you'll be able to play the map then. Right, I'm really nervous. Are you really nervous? Show your nerves on that like button now. That's right, having shaky fingers is a really good way of supporting the channel, getting me seen by more people and help me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Bonbon Island by BonBonB. Hey, that's me. Now, I do apologise if today's review is going to be a bit like a father showing off their new baby. Because, well, it's a father showing off his new baby today. There's your start square, uses up pretty much all of the land mass there, right on the edge of the 25 tiles. There's your terrain heights. It's a volcanic island with buildable space around the edges of the island. Then you have resources, not too much to look at there really, a halo around the island and lots of resources on the island. And of course, if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, there is a little mascot up there. It's Tafiti in the top right hand corner. Hi Tafiti. Yeah, I think that works. Off to the workshop. This page is not completely finished, but it's nearly there, okay? It's nearly there. I've just got a couple of things to add to this one. No DLC is required. We'll be using the Bonbon Island theme mix, the Relight Average LUT, as part of that mix. And you don't need to read this. You don't need to read this because I'm going to explain most of this as we do the flyover. There is a one-click collection. It's not a completely short list, but about 25% of this you could, in theory, not subscribe to, and those items are listed on the description. And it won't make a huge difference. So I would say 30 of the items are essential for the map to look good, and the other 10%, 25%, really don't matter that much. Will be, yeah, there you go. There's your theme mix. The Coos Bay theme it's all based upon. Well, we're going to spend the first minute of the review doing a full lap of the sea. Now, the thing with island maps is they are loved and hated in equal quantities. Those people that really love the island maps, they like to do the harbour and maybe the airport and be completely isolated in terms of highways. And of course, you can absolutely do that with this map. But there's a lot of people that actually want to play the vanilla rules experience, having the 9 tiles, having the highway connection, and saving up and buying that harbour and putting that harbour in place once you have all the unlocks unlocked. You can do that on this map as well. I know it looks like it doesn't. We have no big old bridge. We have no tunnels. We have no edge of map islands here connecting us up with the outside world. Yet, you can play this one as a harbour style map, as an airport style map, and we'll see the island with the proposed airports there, but you can also play with the road connections. We will get to that later on in the second half of the show, but I just wanted to do a full lap just to show you you've got no ugly outside connections to be dealing with. Okay, right, so we've done the full lap. Now let's go and have a little look at the mainland. down to the start square area, and we're going to do a loop of the island following the coasts all the way around so you can see all the beaches. At the end of the day, it's an island map, so it is kind of about the beaches and the coastline, and I'm quite pleased with certainly this beach area here, which I've done a little bit of tree detailing on to make it look like a potential casino strip or something like that. Here's where I used to live, down here on this little sandy peninsula there. Unfortunately, the house burnt down and there wasn't any water. Can you believe there's no water for me? Oh, there is some water. But anyway, there's a little footpath that leads through the woods there into the start square area. We'll come back to the start square and give you a better overview of that area in the second half of the map. So anyway, the coasts, it's a volcanic island, so I wanted to go with the rugged look. And the great thing with the Coos Bay theme, which is what this map is based completely upon, the theme mix is only for the oil and the ore resources, is the Coos Bay theme allows you to do amazing rocky outcrops like this. I was just in awe of the theme as I was actually building the map, and most of the shape of the island, where the shape of the island's actually based upon an island from the Philippines, Camiguin in the Philippines, with a little bit of land reclamation to make the best of the 25 tiles and give a bit more buildable space. Oh, we've got rivers. This side of the island you've got 5 rivers. This little river here, a little bit of a sand outflow going on there. That leads up into the mountains. We'll have a quick glance up that one. We'll follow one of these up. There are 5 to choose between. We'll maybe go up the biggest one. But yes, based upon Camiguin in the Philippines, but I've given it a temperate feel rather than a tropical feel, because I'm a temperate kind of boy. We've got lots of little sandy bay areas to go and just soak up the sun, soak up a little bit of sunshine, shall we? Another sandy area here, which could mean we've got another river coming out here. This one's quite a lumpy looking river, wide, untamed, lakey type effects coming down to the lower areas. And all the rivers, I've let the map decide where these rivers would flow to by putting a load of water spawn points at the top of the mountain and seeing the routes that the rivers would take. So these are natural flow rivers, which I was very excited about doing. Those of you who haven't seen my how to make a realistic rivers tutorial, I'll try to remember to link it in, but if I don't, there is that. Yeah, I've got that on my tutorials list, how to make realistic looking rivers. Anyway, we'll follow this one up. We've got waterfalls, and it gets really rugged up here as well. Actually, we're supposed to be doing the coasts, aren't we? So anyway, we could follow this right up into the mountains, but do you know what? I'm going to skip right back down to the coastline. We'll have a look at into the mountains a bit later on. I don't want to digress too much from the trip around the outside of here. This is the opposite of the start square, the opposite side of the island. This extension here to make the best of the buildable space. Some of that extends outside of the 25 tiles, but it's a flat enough area to be able to do a big build on this side of the island as well. While it may not feel like there's a huge amount of build space, I reckon there's at least 6 tiles of easy build space on today's map, and probably about another 6 maps of skilled map makers. It's not unplayable, but it becomes sort of like let's say medium difficulty in terms of skill level. Over here we have the essential lighthouse. The essential lighthouse. There had to be one. There had to be one, didn't there? On this island, we'll come back to her a bit later on as well, because there's more detailing that I'd like to follow on that too. Little sandy coves trucked away over here. They truck in the sand for those bays, I tell you. And then we're heading around to the side of the island where we started off, where I've got a major feature area, which again we'll be looking at further on later on into the review. A few of you may be partly aware of what's coming up, but I have been doing a few preview pictures over on Discord. And in fact, on Discord on Tuesday night, I'll make sure I'm over there. And if you guys want to discuss with me what you think of the map over on Discord once the map is live, then I'll make sure I'm over there for the chat as well. The link to the Discord is in the description of today's video. Right, heading over here. Now, this is the main feature area of the island. I think of this like as an ancient religious settlement, but again, I don't want to give too much away, so I'm staying very low there. And, oh, the yachts, they are part of the one-click collection, but if you don't want to subscribe to them, I fully understand. I personally wouldn't. They are mostly there. They're there for the aesthetics for my actual build, but I don't really feel that anybody should really be subscribing to them as part. But I'll put them in there in case you want to match up the islands exactly as you see them. Anyway, we've done the full lap of the island, showing you the coast. Plenty more to see in the second half of today's show, so join me for that straight after this message.
Don't be shy, 'cause I think you're beautiful and I won't let you forget it. Don't be late, but I'll wait, and life won't bring you down too far, 'cause I just won't let it.
And so to the shipping routes for Bonbon Island by BonBonB. Hey, that's me. Right, we have no across map shipping routes. Only ships at Oil Pier will be the ones that are going to one of your harbours. We have, of course, the shipping triangles, and there's one of these on each side of the map. Now, if you're wondering how I made this map, there is a full build available over on Patreon and by clicking the YouTube members button, by clicking join down there. And if you join that factory manager level, you'll be able to see it's 100 hours and I'm about halfway through showing it. So feel free to come and join us and let me know how you think I've done. Okay, it's just a bonus for you. Right, okay, so we've got the shipping routes. We also have an air route coming in from the edge of the map on each side. This one aligns up with what I've pre-placed an airport runway. Again, you can delete this. It's fine. You can delete it. It's an aesthetic thing. But I think, yeah, putting an airport out there would be a pretty neat thing. That airport island's based on a separate island from Camiguin, an island called Hictop Island, also in the Philippines. Water flow, we actually have water flow going down both sides of the start square running away, so if you put the sewage on one side and the water pumping on the other, you will have no problem at all. Right, oh, so airport runway, I've done what I feel to be a realistic length of an airport runway and realistic width as well. Once you land on the island, in case you want to come in by air, of course, you have this little welcome area here. Having one or two technical problems with this. This is part of the area that needs to be just tidied up a little bit. So my apologies for anything that's not quite 100% there. And then heading round towards everybody's favourite factory. Had to put that in, didn't I? A little harbour area down here with the little boat. High enough for the big boats, and also the old vanilla pier, making it low enough for the small boats as well. And then over to the start square. Right, we've got some nice rivers. I think these are nice rivers. I'm really pleased with these rivers. They've got different characters. Some of them are, like that one's very quiet, winding river. Let's follow this. This is the main river. Okay, I don't advise pumping or drawing sewage into these rivers. They're really shallow, and they are mostly here for aesthetics and to help break up the map and help give your city a different shape. Got some lakes here. We've got a lovely lakeside cottage there. That's where I moved to, and unfortunately it burnt down. There wasn't any water apart from the water in the lake, and I didn't want to take that. Speaking of lakeside, in the start, this is all start square area. You could be doing a lovely little lakeside city build around there. And then pushing the river up through the forests. I'm going to talk about the forests in a little while, about how you can actually use them to decide where is good to build and where is not to build. There are hidden messages in them, the forests. Heading up into the mountains, it gets more rugged, a change of a biome with the trees as well. And then when we get to the top, another waterfall up here, and the spawn point up here is a big old lake up in the mountains there as well, which again I feel feels quite real. Again, it's not there in real life. It's been I've taken some liberties with Camiguin Island, just a little, just some. Right, let's head over this way now. Let's talk about forests and trees. Where you come down to these ash and beech trees, the lowland trees, If you see these sort of trees, this is generally flat land, okay, or gently sloping land, or strategically tiered land in some places. So you'll be able to build very easily where you see this type of tree. Then when you move into what I call the scrubland, I'm using mostly the eucalyptus mix of trees for the scrubland. Look at the terrain under here. It's not completely unbuildable. You can do a little bit of terrain leveling using vanilla tools, or of course using mods, and you'll still be able to do building up in the scrubland areas. It just becomes more challenging. Finally, when you go up into the highlands, we end up at the pine forests. There are areas in the pine forests that you can build, but it's going to be difficult to actually get up into these areas. So there's your third biome. So you can use the trees for a little bit of planning about what you feel is going to be good and easy, and what areas you probably might want to avoid, especially if you're more of a beginner in terms of city building and you want just the easy build areas to work on. Back to the essential items. Ah, isn't she lovely? Oh, we've done that, sorry. We have a footpath. It's one of these wet footpaths that you just get your feet a little bit wet there. And this footpath actually goes on across the island. If you want to follow it that closely, we're going to just skip over some bits. There's no point following a gap between the trees, is there? But there are a few gaps between the trees. And if we follow it, it goes up through this valley here. And it'll emerge over here by this hill. And on the top of the hill, we have what I think the ancients called the Wheel of Life. I've no idea why you called it the Wheel of Life. It's a wheel, but it's got life about it. Now, speaking of life, what would life be without religion, huh? And the early ancients had their own beliefs. I think they believed in the wheel, actually. That might be what they used to worship. Anyway, they built a settlement down here. I call this BonBonB because I was partly inspired by Machu Picchu. It's only vaguely inspired by Machu Picchu, but you'll see what I mean when we get a little bit closer. This is kind of like a tiered area. We have a back door, backdoor entrance, here it is, and this will take you up into the Picchu from across the island if you want to come this way. Kind of like a little office area or whatever. It wasn't a castle. It wasn't a castle, but there are quite a lot of walls. Oh, by the way, these walls are custom walls. I've done a little bit of work in the asset editor, and you would not recommended to use the vanilla walls. You'll cause all sorts of problems. But if you want to do this sort of work, there's a few things to subscribe to off of my workshop now. Anyway, the canal system is fed by the stream going up into the mountains there. And basically we've got a load of little plateau areas, load of former little living areas possibly. Who's to know what these areas were back in history? But the canals, they're shallow. I think they're pretty enough for some great screenshots. And who's to stop you from converting these areas? Also, I've even left some little waterfalls in these areas as well. Who's to prevent you from taking an area like this and converting it into like a little Venice kind of area or something like that? I think, you can take this area and just do what you like with it. It's fine. It's fine. I don't mind. But I spent about 20 minutes making this. Maybe 25 minutes, or maybe a few weeks. But I'm really quite pleased with the overall effect. I had to actually draw a line somewhere. I would have, otherwise I would have just spent like years just detailing the life out of this. Had to draw a line. I think the line being drawn at that point there is probably about right. I hope. Again, it's not for me to judge, it's for you to judge. I think I just had to stop somewhere. We haven't had a look up into the mountains. Have a look at some of these mountains. The great thing with this Coos Bay theme. This is all Coos Bay up here, by the way. Maybe a little bit of resources, a little bit of ore into there as well. But look at that. It's amazing. Yes, it's not the tropical island that Camigine is, but I wasn't aiming for tropical. I wasn't. Right, still got some surprises to show you, but before we see the surprises, it's time for the asset of the day. Here, where is it? There it is. 3 of them. They're tiny. I love these. These are the cutest things I've seen in a long time. The case Skidsteer by Sineptorro, and it's just a prop. But I think it looks great. Great for clearing the island. Factoids, because factoids, and on a meme day, as we have today, a meme day, a meme factoid. The mosquito, not that factoid, has 47 teeth. That's odd, literally. And apparently only the female will bite you. I had to get that one in. Right, case Skidsteer by Sineptorro will disappear in a moment. Now, those of you that don't want to be using the unlock and placing down harbours, and you want natural traffic flowing into your city, well, this map might just be able to help you. Thanks, Sineptorro. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, this map has a little hidden treat for you. Let's come down here. Actually, let's this little end here. Let's get the city started. We'll do some low density residential. I'm not providing water or power. They're not going to be there long enough to worry about water and power. Okay, and then we'll just turn it around here and we'll just set the game speed up and see what happens. So we should now have some houses spawn. Now, no outside connection, so obviously nobody's going to be able to move into these houses. But as if by magic, here they come. Right, so what's going on here? And the answer is the old Smuggler's Cave. I haven't shown you the Smuggler's Cave, partly because it's one of the 2% of things that isn't quite finished. But ye old Smuggler's Cave there is all good. Yes, just a couple of trees there that need to be budged. Don't look at the trees. Okay, underneath here we have some tunnels, a couple of highways and a couple of rail tunnels as well. So they connect immediately to the dirt roads, but if you're looking to connect highways directly into your city, these are in the start square. This little detail box down here indicates that's where your highways are hiding underground. If you don't want to use them, just delete that little detail box. And same here with the rail, that's where your rail is hidden underground. If you don't want to use it, just simply delete the box and that'll be gone. Or if you do want to use it, then, and if you don't want natural traffic flowing in, just delete the underground bit underneath the Smuggler's Cave and just use harbours. There, all good. Right, okay, what do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month, please? Please, 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 please. Only you can decide. Click the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description takes you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple, or a Patreon account. Now, while I won't be giving any ratings on today's map, I feel I can very biasly give it the BonBonB seal of approval. I think that goes without saying because, well, I'm going to approve of my own map. Even at 98% done, and somebody else put this map before me, I would give this a seal of approval. There's one or two minor things for me to fix, and then, yeah, I'll be sharing with you on Tuesday, so feel free to dive in and have fun. And again, join me on Discord on Tuesday evening. Let me know what you think as you do your general flyovers. Anyway, that's it from Bonbon Island. What do you think? Have I done well? That's over 100 hours, that. I had to draw the line eventually. And of course the Viewer's Choice Top 10 for last month will be up on Sunday. I wonder who won for last month. It weren't me. I didn't have a map out. Anyway, at the end of the day, it's the end of the show. Use the word in the box there to prove you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use it in the comments as part of a sentence as I just did to score some population points just for fun. And I'll be back tomorrow with the chart show and the Viewer's Choice. See you then.